I'm starting a restaurant. I'm starting a cafe. I need to say it because I second guess myself all the time. Look, I'm 24. I'm pretty young. I feel like I'm pretty early to get into a restaurant game. And to be completely honest, it sounds a little crazy even to me. But I've been thinking about this for so long, and recently the chain of events just have lined up. It's time. It's time. Here's the thing. I'm obsessed with startups. I'm obsessed with businesses that try and change the world, and I've always wanted to be involved in that. There's just one problem. I'm not a programmer, so I can't program. I'm pretty much dead in the water when it comes to a tech company. I do know design. Actually, I know technical design, so I can design apps, I can design websites, and I can design user interfaces that are, in my opinion, very pleasant to use. Anyway, that's tech. Here's the thing. Food. Think about food. My family is actually involved in the food industry. Growing up, I remember one of my earliest memories with my dad was actually being in a giant building that was a freezer. And I remember a forklift driving around and like vats of ice cream or something. That was one of my earliest memories. And growing up, I got to see my dad designing different food products, or my grandfather selling chocolate or peanut butter. That's the kind of world I grew up in, on the manufacturing industrial side of food. And then, to put the icing on the cake, I just spent the last 6 months as a barista. I didn't really want to originally, but everything fell into place exactly when it needed to. I would say it was where God wanted me, but regardless, all I know is I ended up working as a barista, and now I know coffee. And I know coffee pretty darn well, if I do say so myself. As a matter of fact, even before I knew coffee as well as I do, I had friends back home who decided to start a coffee shop. And then on top of that, I have a friend who runs a cafe. And I was even looking back at some old emails from 2015, and I was already talking to another guy who owns a cafe. This is like, it's all coming together. And I wasn't, what? Now, the coolest thing is when I was working as a barista, that was kind of the strike of the match on the fuse. Things finally fit into place, and I really started to see exactly where I was going. Plus, on top of that, I love customer service. I think it's such an incredible opportunity to be able to have a conversation with someone that doesn't really know you, to build a stronger relationship around a mutual interest, which is filling that tummy. And I like to think that I know what the customer wants a little bit more than they do. Now, of course, that remains to be seen, but, we'll see in time. On top of that, I care about ethical business models. I care about sustainability. I care about designing something that people will love forever. Or at least, until the end of time. God descends, the heat death of the universe. Although I think they say the universe is gonna, freeze. The stars go out, black holes die and stuff. I don't know. Something will happen. We're not going to be around. But overall, the people are the most important part. These 7 to 8 billion people that are on this planet, people are dying and being born every couple of seconds. These people matter so much. And I think it's going to be so exciting to do something that creates a community and gets people involved. All right. So, is my business going to do all that? Is it going to be as pretentious as that sounds? Definitely yes. No, I mean, in reality, I have some really incredible ideas that I think I can apply using all of my experiences so far into something that's going to be hopefully very beautiful and very, very successful. But what it comes down to is I just have a passion for doing things, and this is a project that has captured my attention for a very long time. And when something captures your attention for a very long time, I think it's really important to pay attention. These past couple of days, I've spent some time at Aroma Cafe, which is a cafe right by my house, and I love it so much. It's an incredible experience. It's great to just sit there and enjoy the wind blowing through the trees and people talking and chattering around. Definitely some dude in the corner writing a script for a movie that probably will never see the light of day. I'm just really excited to put my project together and to make this something that becomes so much more. We follow techniques and processes and make foods that have been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And we get to sit here and increase efficiency and enjoyment and try and figure out, what's next? Where do we go next? I have an idea of where to go next, and I'm going to pursue that wholeheartedly, even though I am critical of myself sometimes, and I'm sure other people are critical of me as well. But what it comes down to is this is something I have to do, and I'm just going to do it. I fully believe I can change how people experience food. Of course, it may not be every single person around the world, but I'd like to make some sort of impact, and I'd like to get started right here, right now. How? Well, that's a great question. We'll talk about that another time. Today, at least, I just need to say I'm starting a restaurant. I'm starting a cafe.